There's my boy Virgil. He wants to ask y'all to do something.
Press the subscribe button and the notifications bell right below this video.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, folks. Please subscribe, like, and share. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Hopefully everybody's doing okay. A little update. We finally got to pick up our solar panels yesterday. The delivery people had to wait 2 days to get a ferry. Unfortunately, the ferries in San Carlos, there's only one running, and it just cannot handle the load. The amount of vehicles coming to bring supplies in for Negroes on this side of the island. As y'all are well aware of, I ordered these from Cebu and Talisade, to be exact, from a supplier that I have used a couple other times. And I like this supplier because he's affordable, and it's a bargain on the solar panels. It's just bar none, it's a bargain. Anyway, the solar panels ended up being a little too long for my little van. So I had to drive cautiously with the rear hatch door tied to bring them home. I didn't realize that they was that long. I was thinking they were a little shorter than what they are. They're actually about 4 inches too long for my little van. That's when my seat pulled forward, and it was kind of funny. No, I'm right up against the windshield. No, yeah, my belly rubbing the steering wheel, and I was like this driving. It was actually comical. I could have gotten my neighbor to bring his little truck, but I was thinking about that little lightweight truck, how bouncy it'd be on those solar panels, and you know, I didn't want to take a chance of getting them broke. My little van, even though it's short wheelbase and it's choppy also, but it's a self chop. It's not like the Jolt. Big difference. But anyway, we arrived safely with the panels, and I've tested them with the voltmeter, and they are energized and working. Now, the progress of getting them installed. Now, this is going to be, the time I get everything I need, I'm probably looking another week before I can get everything I need, maybe 10 days, to do the installation. No, I got to get regular solar wire, connectors, mounting brackets, another controller, and so forth to be set and running. And in the meantime, I do have another battery coming, which will give me a total of 3. And those 3 batteries will give me a storage capacity of 450 amp hours. Now, you can't use 100% of it. The BMS is set up to where I can use roughly about 80%. And with the system lost, you're probably looking closer to 70% of usable energy. So I'm looking at roughly 2 kilowatts per battery. Usable. Maybe a little over. Which is okay, because if I can get 6 kilowatts of storage and I can get these batteries charged every day at max, it's very possible, especially on a sunny day, to run 24/7. That's my goal. I will as time allows, when the funds come available, buy another battery. Because with my calculations of my panels, I will have a total of 3,620 watts of solar panels. Which means that if I can get, on average, 3 good hours put into the batteries at full discharge, they'd be fully charged again. Now, you're looking at, on the average, I can get start getting production of electricity usually by 7 a.m. There is some before that, between 6 to 7, but it's minimum. It's usually about 100 watts, something like that, with the current setup. So I figure about 150 between 6 and 7, which is, I will use it. Now, after that point, it increases between 7 and 8. I can get, with my current setup, about 300 to 400 watts of energy, which will supply quite a bit, offset. Usually that runs my deep freeze and my TV outside at that point in time. Deep freeze is roughly 200 watts, and the TV is another 100 watts. And miscellaneous, my internet and so forth. So that's all been working fantastic with the current setup. But adding those additional panels, the bonus of that is on these cloudy days, as long as it's not dark clouds or the black ones, I can get enough production out of 12 panels to run all day long, and a little bit at night. That's on the extreme measure. Now, if it's just a partly cloudy or whatever, it's possible to still do the 24 if I have the fourth battery. So that's going to be a bonus. And I sat here yesterday doing the math on everything of what the possibilities were. Now, being here in the Philippines, this is the rainy season, and usually here where I live presently, the overcast sky, I can still get a fair amount of energy, and it's going to make a difference. 2400 was usable, but you bump it up to 3600 watts. That makes it a plus. That means I can add more to the batteries on those bad days. And sunny days, it's going to be nice. And doing the lithium-ion batteries with the BMS and those already installed, with the cycle life of the battery, I should be able to get probably close to 15 years out of those batteries. Maybe more. Because they're not going to be abused. And they're sitting in a location where they're not going to be exposed to the weather. The temperature's going to stay stable. It's not going to be extreme. It's definitely not going to be cold. So it's very possible they could last longer. That's the key. I've done the math on our current cost of electricity. The money I've spent recently, now some of this is offset because I sold the batteries, my old batteries. I should have my return on my investment within 18 months, maybe a little less. It depends if there's more increases in electricity. As you're well aware of, I told you we got 2 increases back to back, 1 month than the next. And so that's a pretty good plus. That's my goal, is trying to keep my electrical cost as far as utility go at a minimum. Now on the brownout side of it, or blackout, which way you want to interpret it, common term here is brownout, this is going to be an extreme bonus. That means I don't have to be so cautious of what our load is. I have been known that in order to have our fans and things going all night long, I've had to unplug my deep freeze, which, you know, setting overnight, it's not an issue. But that load made a difference on keeping a fan going when you can't run the air conditioner because you don't have enough storage. So that's going to be a big bonus. And with the extra set of panels, there's a strong possibility I'll still be able to use my air conditioner at night during extreme conditions. So that's what I'm after. I need to get that humidity down, and it makes sleeping a lot easier. Things of that nature. I've got, like I said, I've got these things coming. It's going to probably take me about 2 weeks to get my installation complete. And I'm going to try to do some video on my project as I do it, if at all possible. And I'll keep you updated on the performance once it's installed. And that's the key right there. I'll make sure you know. I'm doing some math in my head if you wonder why I'm hesitating. We normally, right now, we're roughly using about 12 kilowatts a day. Now, these panels on an overcast day, this, not the black clouds, the white clouds, we say overcast. Just a general overcast. I should be able to produce at least 8 kilowatt, maybe more. Sunny days, I exceed that. No, I have excess, which is the reason I said I might be able to do 24/7 on sunny, and even on a partly sunny day is possible. Because you don't get maximum on your panels here where I live with my roof line. My max starts around 10:30 and it lasts about 2:30. So if you do the math, you were looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. I get 4 hours at that. Now 4 times 3 is 12, and I got the extra 600 watts. That's another 2 kilowatts, a little over. So that's 14. And we'll call it 15 kilowatts. So I got excess, especially on sunny days. So that's the way the math works. Now, in reality, we'll see in actual usage. Let's see if it actually works out as what the math says. Now, sometimes, you know, in reality, as y'all well know, when you're actually putting things to use, it's not the same as you calculate. We just have to wait and see. But I know what the performance is now at 2.4 kilowatts. I do know the actual usage. It's working. I've been averaging on a cloudy, overcast day with my 2.4 kilowatts, roughly around 6 to 7 kilowatts of usage. I've got a sub-meter if you want to know how I know this. And I keep a log on what's going on. And even on my worst days, where I've got heavy overcast, I've noticed I can get 4 kilowatts. Now, I've not had a black day to see what that does. So I can't give you a quotation on that. But on just a heavy overcast with rain showers and so forth, I have been able to get 4 kilowatts. Well, that's quite a bit. You can take 4 kilowatts. That's 120 per month. And that's roughly, do that in pesos. Let's see, 120, 12. That's $45 a month. That's roughly. That's right at 3,000. Well, it's over 45. That's right at 3,000 pesos. If it stayed bad like that for a whole month, it's a big change. That's right at $60, 55 now, it's the current exchange rate. That makes a difference, even on a worst case scenario. That's the reason, another reason I wanted to invest more into this. Because if I can get a month's time, I can get $50 savings in the worst case scenario, I'm not adding a little more to it. Makes sense to me. But, I'll keep you updated on what we're doing. And hopefully, those that are planning on coming here, just to give you some idea if you're going to live out away from the city. This would be kind of hard to do in the city if you don't own your own place. I wouldn't advise doing this on rental property. Really wouldn't. I happen to own my home, and I'm in the jungle, as they say. I'm off, I'm out there. I'm trying to make it as self-reliant as possible. And it takes time to do this. So, folks, I really appreciate you taking your time out and listening to me yak. And hopefully you stay tuned and see what happens next. And we'll see. And again, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.